Ready?
Oh yeah, I've been ready.
Alright.
About 11 seconds now.
Hey, what's up guys? This is gonna be a mini tutorial thing. It's not quite a tutorial, but it's close enough to a tutorial, so I'm gonna call it a tutorial on linear flow. That is not static flow. Static flow is on one thing, flowing around, doing whatever you do. You know what I'm saying? That's static flow. Now what we're gonna be working on is linear flow, flowing in lines, right? Always moving forward, something more along the lines of this. Alright, so that's our linear flow, that's what we're gonna be talking about. This isn't so much a tutorial, it's more of guidelines, things to work on, things to think about when you're doing this linear flow. Since this is the first episode, I plan on doing more of these. We're gonna start it as beginner as possible and just use simple movements, things like safeties, gongs, lazies, rolls, and cartwheels. So using those 5 moves, we're gonna get from here all the way down to there. That's our endpoint over that last wall, using, again, safeties, kongs, lazies, rolls, and cartwheels. 2 very important things. Number 1, no unnecessary steps. Unnecessary steps can be ugly. And number 2, try not to use the same move over and over and over. So we have 5 different moves. So we're gonna try and use each one differently and only once, maybe twice for a couple of them, and cut out any unnecessary steps using things like cartwheels and rolls so that we're not just running. There's 3 steps to doing a solid flow line. Number 1 is just doing it. So first you do it, number 2 is you do it well, and then number 3 is you do it well and fast. This is the way that we do things at Revolution Parkour where I teach. It's a really, really good style to do things because you're not jumping into it. Once you have all of these techniques, you've been doing them for a long time, or if you're just solid already, you can kind of skip through these steps and do it well and fast because you know your abilities. But if you're a beginner, please do it. First, just do it, just get through it, feel everything out, then do it well, then do it fast. All right, so I'm gonna go through 3 times. Firstly, this run, I'm gonna do it, just do it. Just get it done, go through it, plan out what I want to do every time, plan out where I want to do my vaults, where I want to do my rolls, where I want to do my cartwheels, and what space I want to take up with something other than running. So I'm going to start off with a Kong over the first thing. I'm just going to do my Kong. And here, as you can see, I have a ton of space between where I landed and where my next vault is. So I have 2 things to cover space, 1 a roll and 2 a cartwheel. Here I'm just going to choose to do a cartwheel, get me a little bit closer. Again, I'm just going to do it. Now, without any unnecessary steps, I can go straight into my safety vault. Here, we have a little bit more space, but to be honest, we don't really need to waste a roll here. We can just take a couple steps because it really is only going to take 1 or 2 steps once we have some speed into this. So we're going to go into our lazy. And now from here to the last wall, we have a bunch of room, much more than we had there. So we're going to cover that space with a roll. And since we've run out of vaults, I did only have 5 for us. We're gonna reuse one of our vaults, but what we don't wanna do is reuse the one we just did, which was the lazy. We're gonna reuse the first one we did, which was the Kong. I'm gonna go to my roll, come out, and Kong over the top. Now we're gonna go back up to the top, and we're gonna do it well. And what I mean by that is we're gonna try and link everything together. It's not gonna be fast, it's gonna be very slow and controlled, but we're gonna link everything and try and make it as smooth as we can. I'm not gonna focus on speed for this run, I'm just gonna focus on linking everything as well as I can. All right, so here we go. I had already done this once, so on the second time through, I know exactly what I needed to do, where my steps needed to be. Now on our last time through, we can focus on speeding everything up. For the second run, you might have to do it 1 or 2 times just to kind of feel out the steps and see where you want to be. And as I said earlier, if you're comfortable with flow, if you're really confident in your movement, you can kind of cut out the middle step, you can cut out the first step. You just go right into doing the flow fast because you know what you need to do and you know where you need to cut out steps, and everything can be improv'd once you get to a certain level where you know your body well enough to know what you can do and where you can do it and when you need to do it. All right, now we're finally on to our last step, which is step number 3, doing it well and fast. We have everything planned out, we have it smooth. Now what we want to focus on is getting from here to there as fast as we possibly can while staying nice and smooth. All right guys, so that concludes our little flow tutorial, whatever you want to call it. Basically the way that I started to do linear flow is this way, and as you get better, you can learn more about your body, learn more about what areas of a run you want to cut out, and you don't really have to do those first 2 steps. You can kind of just skip to the last one because you know what you can do and where you can do it. And once you're comfortable with this, or even at the beginning, you don't have to do it this way. There's a million different ways to do it, and you can always just improvise. Just play around, pick a line, say, I'm gonna go from here to there. Do what you can do, don't take it too far out of your comfort zone, and just play around with it, have fun with it. That's the most important thing to remember, is to have fun. Some of the things we went over, like cutting out unnecessary steps, not doing the same thing over and over again. Try to remember those things when you're doing this improvisational flow. Try to make it fun, and just keep going, and keep playing, and it'll be all good.